Little Mac with Mac's Corner, and I did start over from what I did last night, mostly because last night was a first look and a lot of lessons learned. So I wanted to kind of start over and try and do a little better, and it looks like it's going pretty well. Now it's August 1940, so a little bit late to the game in terms of historical timeline, but I'm not overly concerned about it. I'm going to look at the research real quick. Nothing's changed from the last video in terms of what everything looks like, but I can show you where we're actually at. So here's where we are for our actual research for infantry. Note, I haven't, even though I've researched the weapons, I have not deployed them to my infantry units yet. Haven't really messed much with the support, but I did research the radio. This time I focused really early down the tree. I'll show you my tank divisions, but I've got some pretty OP tank divisions right now for this stage of the war, with all Panzer IIIs, and I'm currently replacing them with Panzer IVs. And this is going to be the cool part, is next time I get an opening in innovation, we're going to research Tigers. That's going to be cool. I'm debating doing a Panther, though, and then going straight to King Tiger. I got to look at the stats on that first, though. The reason why is I'm going to have to build heavy tanks from scratch, whereas I'll be able to upgrade my medium tanks to the Panther and then to the E50. So I might just skip the Tiger path and just head straight down the E50 path, is what I'm also kind of looking like. Alright, artillery, haven't done much research with that because here's another thing I discovered. You research the self-propelled weapons here. So first you research the tank, then you research the self-propelled. So I'll be doing a bunch of that too. And then, so basically I'm keeping my on-the-ground foot infantry pretty low-tech. You know, that's numbers, sheer numbers, baby. But I'm gonna, these Panzer divisions will be essentially what's punched through, just like they did historically. That's why I haven't messed too much with the artillery, because my self-propelled guns are fairly current. Land doctrine, been moving down the land doctrine tree. Haven't really touched Navy at all. I did research the Type 7C, so I'm going to start deploying that here pretty soon. I might start doing this a little bit, but as of right now, not much. I haven't really seen the need yet to go down the air path, though I probably will soon. Right now, our Air Force is good enough for what we need it to do. And so that's why I haven't really messed with the air doctrine either. Here's where we've still got a huge advantage, just like kind of yesterday, but much quicker, and I didn't sacrifice military production this time. So as you can see, we're almost, we got a ways to go, but we'll be researching stuff fairly quickly, and we'll be able to decrypt enemy plans good too. And here's the other big one, industry. So we spent a lot of investment early on to, instead of building a huge army, to build the industry for a later on huge army. So small force, high tech, but we've developed the economic infrastructure to sustain it and grow it pretty big. I'll have to figure out what to do with that thing. Yeah, these are all new notifications I haven't seen before just because they've all popped up. So let's see. Modify government. Well, I guess we don't want free trade now. We are at war. Oh, do we not have a war economy? Thought we did. Oh, there you go. Whoop, war economy. And the war economy is going to do this. We're going to start converting civilian to military factories here pretty soon. I got a little bit more building I want to do, though. And now, closed economy. Ooh, that way we're not shipping any of our resources overseas. And old Erwin Rommel. Here's what we're looking like and our national focus type stuff. Here's what we're not really producing much right now. I'm getting ready to change that. Here's our military production as it sits right now. This is upgrading. That's why I don't want to produce a lot of new stuff, because I'm still behind the power curve on upgrading at the moment. And civilian production. This is a big one. I've been focusing a lot on civilian production because it's what helps build more production. 142 is pretty money. It's about finished, and now we're starting to build these synthetic plants. Instead of doing these first like I did last time, I saved them to last. Saved them for last. I didn't even see where that popped up. Oh, it needs to be repaired. Well, they're damaging some of our stuff. We'll have to solve that. I've got all my fighters on the east, so I guess they are probably getting bombed. I'll probably work on building my Air Force next. My kind of logic was just to have really advanced tanks that can hit hard, hit fast, and they literally are just completely outclassed on the ground. Sort of the thought process. So I'm going to have it go a little slow. And just so you can kind of see how cool it is. You can see the airplanes flying around. I don't know if they actually fight each other, but once again, one of the things I love is it's historically accurate for what the aircraft look like. Oh, there we go. Whoa! Mayday, mayday, mayday! So, as you can see, that's probably an indicator that we're winning the war. Oh, we're not winning that war, though. Okay. Yeah, probably need to do something about that. I'm not overly worried about that at the moment. That was pretty cool. So, here's the other cool thing. I'm about to execute the plan. Activate. So I made a plan earlier, and now I am executing that plan. And we're going to see kind of what happens here. This guy is over there or something. Where's he? Yeah, I don't... Those guys are on the west. Just kind of on the defensive right now. So let's kind of get it moving. Let's see what happens. We'll move maybe pace 2. Good for him. He survived. What's cool is even though the units are in this province, they've updated it so based off of the number of units and everything else, they're still spread off across the front. So even though it says 27, these 27 are considered to be along the entire front, which is also, at least that's my understanding that way. Whoa, what was that? What that was. Alright, so I'm kind of, do I want to continue showing this or just stop later? That's the part I'm not fully sure of. As you can tell, yeah, they're making inroads up here. Congratulations, good for them. The computer does seem to be fairly effective at executing plans on its own. Oh, is this, what is this? Oh, I've got a whole new Panzer division. 5 divisions I didn't remember I had. Oh no! Well, looks like we lost one of our fighter aces. Long live, hopefully, some new ones. Don't know what to say other than that. Might have helped if I had been updating Doctrine, though. So let's see. I'm going to manually control these Panzer divisions just for fun. And what I'm really doing is I usually manually control this stuff, but I'm sort of trying to test out what they've really been promoting, which is their, high-tech AI. They can take our general plans and execute them. France is really screwing with us, though. So you assign aircraft to a sector. So strategic air, we have air superiority, close air support, and interception. And it's all over Western Poland, so I might need to start assigning some over here. Not exactly sure what the red means, to be honest. I'll have to figure that out later. But as you can see, I'm not saying it's the best laid whatever ever, but it seems to be going well. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of pause X here and get back to you later. Okay, I don't know if I did something wrong or if it's a glitch or what happened, but I can confirm that making your front for an army go along does not put the entire army on that front. Because while I was doing what I needed to do, pushing my panzers in, the Polish army just counterattacked and encircled me with their infantry. Because there was no battle line. To be expected when you don't have a front and you put every single person in your army in, like, a camp. I I'm gonna see if maybe I can still force this out or pull this off, but I have a sneaking suspicion I'm gonna be restarting. Just just disappointed. They really sold this kind of make a broad paintbrush plan and the computer would fight it out for you. So far, not living up to expectations. Doesn't mean it's a bad game. I can go back to individually ordering stuff just like I used to. So, it's not a horrible thing. I just was really kind of excited about the feature, and currently I'm a bit disappointed. And we'll leave it at that. Alright. So, finally I was like, you know what? There's got to be a different way to do this. Basically, what happened in the last game, I forget if I recorded it or not. I hope I did, but I think I may not have. Everything was going great. And then in the Danzig or war scenario with Poland, in which every time I've ever played any Hearts of Iron game, including the first time this one, they always go to war with you. Well, in some weird twist of fate, they gave me Danzig without going to war, which seems like it would be a good thing, except then they offered to join the Axis faction, which at first I was like, well, that's kind of cool, that's different, so I said yes, just, hey, why not? The game doesn't have to go, same as history, but the problem is, because I didn't go to war with them, I couldn't do Operation Weiserberg, and the big one, I couldn't go around the Maginot Line. And seeing as trying to conquer France without going through Belgium and, the Netherlands, hard to do. There's a reason why it worked in real life. Barely worked. Well, not barely, but it was a lot closer than people realize to being a disaster. So, I had to restart. And finally, I said, you know what? I went to diplomacy, Poland, and I justified a war goal. If you justify a war goal, you can start picking provinces you want to take over. And I justified these war goals. And now, I'm going to go justify some more and take it over that way. Meanwhile, trying to win over diplomatically in a more traditional sense. And I'm kind of curious, I don't know if they've actually joined into an alliance with England and France yet either. So, jumping off in 1937. And we'll see how it goes. I learned my lesson. I've got a front, I got a full front, strong flanks with the Panzer Army for a strong pincer attack. I do have some strength here in the middle, but this is more to hold the line while they get cut off from the back. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to fight through the fight kind of on my own unless something really interesting happens. I did find out how to get the armies working. You can't move them there and then assign them. You've got to kind of highlight them when they're over here, assign them to an army group, and then pull it along the front, and then they'll all go there, kind of like you want. So I just did it. When I did it the right way, it actually worked out pretty good. Though I haven't made any battle plans, I'll try that at some point, maybe against France or something. So, let me do this thing, and I shall be back. Okay, well, the war seems to be going a lot better this time, now that I'm actually fighting, right? Let's see what this says, too. So, yep. Just use it. For crazy thing is I use real world army tactics. Though, obviously there's certain things that technology wasn't there back then, but basic doctrine. You pierce the line at a point of your choosing, and you want to do it in such a way where your mobile units are surrounding their less mobile units. And you use your slower units to hold the line. Now, what I should be doing that I'm not doing a very good job is filling in these gaps with infantry, so as the armor punches through, infantry should, these guys, what I need to do is, or what I wanted to do and need to do, is have these guys filling in some of these gaps here. But I want to finish taking this city. I've captured that city, captured Lud, so I don't know if I'll hold it. And I don't even know if I'll hold on to Warsaw. But what I want to do is link up here. I got delayed a lot worse than I thought I would be up here. This isn't going well up here. So I want to go ahead and at least get an encirclement going, even if they punch out. I can come back down and close the gap again. Pretty easy is what I'm hoping. Especially with all these infantry down here, I'm not worried about if they get cut off, it won't be for very long. Now, I'm about to take this city. I don't foresee... I think once these divisions link up, these panzer divisions should be fine. I used the infantry in these panzer divisions to secure this city to solidify this gap. You're probably wondering, why didn't I attack with these guys? One, holding the line. Two, I didn't want to push these guys back and keep pushing the front back. You want to encirclement. You want to destroy armies, not push armies back. Because you're going to always have to fight the army again if you just keep pushing it back, real life and in this. So now that we've pretty much got the encirclement almost complete, now I'm going to push in here, this. I have him close that hole right here. And basically what I want to do is create a new front where we've captured all major population centers and hopefully soon this airport. And they've got an entire army encircled that has no way to supply itself. So that's good for us, not good for them. Okay, so looking pretty good. Oh, I tell you, Danzig is holding out like one little mofo. I don't know why. I guess I should have brought in naval support. I don't know. They don't want to go. But I think it'll wind up okay, even if it might take a little bit. Man, that took a while, but looks like... Alright, Danzig finally fell. Jeez, so I just paused it. I actually kind of like how they still shoot even though it's paused, so you can kind of check it out without having to feel like you're missing something. It's pretty cool. I like the visual indicators on how you're doing with the planes. Got them surrounded. Hoping they'll surrender now because I've claimed all the territory I wanted, unless they're going to make me keep going. Looks like I might have to punch through again, but I don't think it'll be a big issue. It's more a question of England. France didn't declare war on me because I guess England and France weren't allies yet. So I might have to just declare war on France at some point, which is not not a problem. And I've already got my U-boats operating in and around the English Channel. I did hear in this game that U-boats are finally supposed to be effective at doing what they're supposed to do. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how they do. I went ahead and activated a bunch of older fighter craft just to keep them busy over here, because they were bombing northwest Germany. I didn't realize Denmark's mine now. I don't even know when that happened. I don't know what's going on with that. Or maybe they joined the Allies. That might have been. And so we've got naval bombers doing their thing over here in the channel. Not very well, but as I said, it was more, they're these old ones. They're getting their, especially these naval bombers are getting chewed the hell up, but it's keeping them busy. Oh, what are they losing? Oh, cool. Looks like they bit off more than they could chew. Oh, because I brought in aircraft. Nice. And a bunch of submarines. The submarines probably helped. So we lost. Technically, we lost. But I will tell you, I'd say it was kind of worthwhile, to be honest. Survivors. Let's see. I mean, we're still there and they aren't, so I consider that a W for us. Now if we can get back into convoy raiding, which was the whole point of this, should be good to go. Oh, and if you kind of want to get an idea of where everything's at, big picture-wise, Poland has capitulated. Ooh, I got all of it. I thought I'd only get what I wanted the war goals for. That's awesome. Okay, cool. So, took over Poland in 1937. Can't complain about that. Now, on to... Well, here's the weird thing is right now we're just doing war with England, but still, I think we need to beat France for historical purposes and because it just makes the most sense. But first thing we're going to do now is transfer over our aircraft to the Western Front. Ooh, we did take some casualties though. Okay, 492. All right, I'm going to play with this. I'm going to move. I'm going to basically transition a good portion of the army to the west. Not all of it. I don't need. I never made a pact with the Soviet Union, so I don't need them getting funny. I got to decide too where I want to put my battle line at, based on terrain. See, because all this swamp, I don't want to be sitting here in the swamp. But why give them land just for the heck of it? So I'll need to play around and look at it, and I'll check back in later. Okay. Oh, you know what? I was supposed to turn the music off when I did this. I forgot all about that. I'm sorry. I had forgot all about that. I'll try and remember next time. Wait, hold on. Maybe I did remember, and then it just... Oh, I didn't hit apply. So, not exactly sure what the British are thinking. They could try and invade Germany, but I have a funny feeling it's going to turn into a disaster for them. But sometimes I don't know what the computer's thinking. This is one of those occasions. But, you know, hey, whatever. They can come in and lose all of their manpower to a futile effort. Alright, so wiped out the British invasion force. Oh, it looks like they're coming again. Really? Wow. Okay. Well, we might have to wipe out another one then. I wonder how many times they're going to try that. So what's that, 10 divisions? Oh, what a pain in the butt. So let's move these guys up. Hopefully make them not be quite as a pain in the bootay as they were last time. I am still going to go ahead. France declared war on us while we were at war with Germany. So what I'm planning on doing is screw it. We're not going to go through Belgium. We're just going to hold the line here at the Maginot Line, and we're going to try and break through the Sudan like they did in real life. The only problem is, the reason it worked in real life, in case you didn't know, was the Germans anticipated that if they invaded through the Netherlands, that the Allies would come up to meet them. Basically, the Allies were kind of like, well, you're not, World War One, the Germans came through the Netherlands and almost captured Paris, but didn't. So they were expecting the Germans to basically do the same thing instead of try and hit the Maginot Line because it was a really strong defensive line. But it had a slight little weak point right in here in the Sudan. And it's not that it was a weak point. I mean, it was still well fortified. But they didn't think tanks could get through this forest effectively. So they didn't protect it enough. And what happened was the Allies went up into the Netherlands to defend the Netherlands from what was actually a massive army feint into the Netherlands, and then the German armor and motorized divisions broke through the Sudan, and then came up and encircled them. Let's see if we can find Dunkirk, and then this is Dunkirk. And if you ever heard of the Battle of Dunkirk, it's because if they had linked up into Dunkirk prior to the Allies being able to withdraw through there, they would have been screwed. Hundreds of thousands of troops would have been basically had to surrender to the Germans. But as it was France had lost their army, was surrounded, couldn't protect Paris, and so surrendered to save lives and all that kind of stuff. We're going to try doing that by just breaking through the Sudan, but we're not going to be encircling any armies. So we'll see how it goes. Whew, that was a bloody mess. But we broke through with quite a few divisions. So I'm going to maybe send some straight to France, but I think I'm going to try and encircle the Maginot Line while I still can. That took a while. That took some casualties there too. I'll have to check it out. That was crazy. Okay. Just giving you a check in on the war. This thing is a bloody mess. Good news is, I mean, pretty early in the war, capture both France and Poland, all of Poland, and did quite a number on the British Expeditionary Force. I don't know how much it's going to affect them. And I've already been pretty effective at convoy raiding, at least I think. Been nailing a lot of convoys, which is good. But man, this got ugly. I had 9 Panzer divisions that I had over here in Moscow. They got cut off and just like they held out for a while, but lost them. So I'm having to replace them, and it's just been a slog fest punching through. But slowly but surely, we're taking ground. If I can just poke another freaking hole. I had a good hole punch through, and I didn't follow up fast enough with infantry. So now I'm trying to punch through slowly. I'm hoping this is the majority of their army. And there's nothing back here. Yeah, I did outnumber them in divisions before. I'm pulling these 18 divisions down. I don't want to. I might have to pull divisions from the Eastern Front, but that could be risky. But I might not have a choice that matters. So we shall see. Well, here we go. It was ugly, but yeah, I would love to conquer all, but yeah, I'm gonna take a W while I can take it. Because we're gonna have a lot of rebuilding to do. Air Force is down to, let's see. Well, we got plenty of close air support still. But all of our modern fighters have been shot down. All of our old fighters have been shot down. Yeah, well, at least our aces are still alive. That's basically every modern aircraft we have, save our Stukas, have been obliterated. We've lost Panzer divisions. Manpower's down. But it is 1938, so got time to recover. It's an interesting start, that's for sure. If you want to see it, let's see. Establish Vichy France. Alright. Alright, well, I'm going to read that. You can pause it and read it. And I'll have to figure out what goes on with all these red units. So, hurrah. Well, I think that's a good place to end this. I don't know how long the actual video is going to be since I've been playing for forever, but I don't know. I don't know if the actual video is going to be that long, come to think about it, but it's alright. Yes, I got to redo orders and I got to clean up this mess. It looks like, oh, England? Is England still chilling here? What are they doing? Oh, let's try and take out Dunkirk if they escape. Yeah, let's try and do that. Come on, England. Let's see, any and all German divisions. Just all over Dunkirk. Let's see, so, yep, let's get some bombers going. Cool. I didn't realize we actually are going to redo Dunkirk. Hopefully the right way this time. Or the... Yeah, close air support. Close air support. Alright. Let's try and bomb the snot out of it, see what happens. Oh yeah. Oh! Oh, look at that! I don't know what kind of planes those were, but they're not here anymore. The heck kind of... I don't even know whose planes those are. Whatever they are, they don't look too modern, so I ain't too worried about it. Oh man. Dunkirk victory. I mean, we'll check England real quick, see if we got enough intelligence to figure out how many divisions they got left. Oh yeah! Dunkirk victory. Alright, so before next episode, I gotta reorganize and... Oh yeah, by the way, I pulled my entire Eastern Front away, so hopefully the USSR doesn't get peachy. Need to solve that problem pretty quick. So we'll have to send forces back east. Gotta rebuild, remodernize, but like I said, not a bad start. So without further ado, back out.